to the cloud. Okay, welcome to our second ERPNext virtual documentation sprint. This is going to be less formal than the last time. I did prepare something that I want to show you, which I didn't prepare last time, and I still think it's worthwhile. So this is going to be a lecture part in the beginning, and then yeah, good idea. Everyone who's not speaking may want to mute themselves so we can reduce the background noises. Otherwise, I may want to mute you. Okay, so I'm going to do that for Mario as well. So let me share my screen real quick. So that's my desktop. And here's my screen. And I wanted to show you this, this app here. As it's vertical, it cannot use the whole screen, but I think, is reading okay for everyone? I hope so. So let's see together how to get there. I'm going to log out again. And so what you have to do is on the virtual, if you go to wiki.ERPNext, and then you search for virtual documentation sprint, and there's a page. And on this page, there's installation of Confluence Server mobile apps, iOS and Android. I'm going to share this document in the, where is the chat? Excuse me. Up here, chat. Okay, so now you should be able to see it on the chat. And my phone locked. Okay, so what we do is, as I only have an iPhone here, I can only show you on iOS devices, but it's very similar on an Android phone. So you go to the App Store. Well, it shouldn't be loading that long. Okay, so you search for, please add the server, because if you do not search for Confluence Server, you could end up finding Confluence Cloud here. And this is a different implementation. So we run a Confluence Server, a self-hosted version. And this you can use. You can always also use Lynchman Mobile, which is something that Civit Media creates. But the challenge is you may want to use editing of pages, and that's only available in Confluence Server. So I'll only show you Confluence Server at this time, and that's all we need. So for me, this already means open because I've installed the app. Normally it would say install, you'd install the app. Then you click open, and then you'd say, I want to log in. And what you have to key in here, ERPNext.org. If you want to be very correct, you could type in https://, but it'll work without as well. And then it'll lead you to a login page. There's a 1Password link as well. For people like me who are lazy, they can populate their login data there. And once you've logged in correctly, you will see the app. It'll show everything you've recently visited or that you've been working on, or that you saved for later, which is nothing for me. You can browse through the different spaces. You can see the activity of people that have been active. And you also get notifications. So, for example, list of ERPNext contributors and their services. That's something that I've been working on. And then Rafael Meyer commented on this page, so I got a notification. I can click on that and see the comment, and I can like it. Okay, so this would be the things that I want to show. There's not a lot of things to the app. So what you can do is you can go into the pages, you can go click on edit. You'll get a very, very simple and streamlined editing experience. So don't be surprised if not everything works. So let's see if there's anything that I can add. Let me just. Name and logo. Then I hit publish. And that works. On a page, it should reflect that change. So I can see that updated this less than a minute ago. So there's my change. And it's also in the page history. Okay, so that would be me showing you something new about the Confluence Server app. Now I would ask you, and as we are 5, so the other 4, could you please say, why did you join? What do you hope from this? What can I do to help you? And do you have an account for ERPNext or wiki.erpnext.org already? And can you change pages? Because if you can, you can't actually collaborate. So why did you join? What do you hope for? How can I help? And do you have a user? Who wants to start? Mario, how about you? You're the first in my list.
I can start.
Okay.
My mic was muted, but start to go ahead.
Okay, nice. So I already wrote some documentation on the wiki, and yeah, actually that's the first thing I did when I started with ERPNext. And yeah, today I hope to write a manual how to install ERPNext on a server, like a very basic setup. And yes, I already have an account and I can edit pages. Thanks.
Cool, Mario.
Okay. So basically, why I'm here is because I've already put in a lot of effort into our private own documentation. Like I've tried to look into the documentation of ERPNext from Frappe itself in English and then in German, and I was not very pleased with the results. So I wanted to do better, and then Martin had the idea to get this idea to more people, and yeah, I just hope that we'll finally have a documentation that's actually usable and will have all the information that you actually need to get started with ERPNext.
Yeah, maybe we could copy over some of our own documentation into the public wiki. I'm seeing some doing that already. Deepak, Ruda, do you want to say something as well?
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So basically, the reason I joined is obviously I have 2 aims, or 2, not goals, but 2 things. One is more closer connection to all of you as part of the community. I live in Switzerland. And the second thing is I want to contribute to the documentation. And the reason why I want to contribute to the documentation is because I cannot write code anymore. So I'm choosing the second best way of contributing is either update it or correct it or enhance it, or in some cases create it where it is not there. So those are my wish lists that I want to do. And why I'm here and how you can help me, Martin, is maybe if I learn this tool a little bit, then it'll facilitate my my quick contribution where I see I can do something. So that's so in the interest of learning it.
Okay. Runa, do you want to say something?
Yeah. I joined out of interest. I didn't really know what to expect. And yeah, I'm often lacking information, like when I'm searching on the internet, like how to do something with ERPNext. I'm kind of missing documentation or I don't find what I need, essentially. And I hope that, yeah, either getting in touch with the documentation makes it easier for me to find what I need if it is already there. And if not, I might be able to contribute it as soon as I find out how to do something. And I don't have an account.
Okay. So for those of you who maybe data or don't have an account in here either, it's pretty simple. Like if you go to wiki.erpnext.org with your computer, then there's this intro message, and there's this link: getting a user is quick and simple and free of cost. Register now. If you click that, it doesn't work for me because I'm already logged in, but let me do that again while being logged out. So if you click it, you get a very simple form. It is German for me. It's going to be English for you if you're English. I think we may have, or actually, Confluence does support Indian language. I don't know whether I installed the language pack yet. So if anyone from India would nudge me and tell me, I can do that easily. However, you'll find a form filling that out. Will give you the ability to log in. So maybe Una could try that out for herself while I'm going to log in with my existing user again. Once you're logged in, you'll have the opportunity to upload a picture and create pages, change pages, and all these things. We need to have this login hurdle because otherwise it's going to be very difficult for with spammers. We'll use bots to create pages and so on, and then we'll need to put a lot of effort into spam prevention. So that's why you have to register. And you also get emails from Confluence with changes that you've subscribed to, so that could be helpful as well. For the next steps, there's not going to be another interactive part. So if you want to sleep right now or do whatever you want. The plan that I do have is I want to work on those pages here that I've listed, go through them, make changes, edits. And if you want, you can just watch me do that, and I'll try to comment, and sometimes I'm going to be quiet. You can also work on the wiki and do your own thing like Raphael did, or maybe Mario can copy over some content from our wiki. If you have any questions, you can just speak up and we'll try to focus on that then. You may have to share your screen then. You can also start sharing your screen as well by default. Yeah, that's how I want to roll for the next hour. Just working on content, because I think this is what actually remains and helps our marketing. You can either watch me, you can also ask me questions. Why are you doing that this way? I don't understand that. I don't get it, whatever. You can do yourself and ask questions. Is that okay for everyone?
I have if you could just walk. I've never used Confluent, to be honest, and that's
yeah,
so
it's
a very simple question.
So what you can do is there's this recording of last sprints. I gave a longer introduction into Confluence there.
Okay.
You can just watch me. It's super simple. So there's a create button up here.
Yeah.
That will create a page.
Okay.
And on every page, there's an edit button where you can edit the pages. And as soon as I start rolling, you'll see that.
Okay. So conceptually, there's pages and pages and pages, and you can just link them together. That's what it is, right? So that's basically a simple WordPress way. You just create pages,
so
and then you just create links. That's right. That's in the simplest
version. You have a
version.
dashboard, and then you have so-called spaces.
Okay.
And within the spaces, you have pages, and within the pages, you have childs and parents.
Okay.
And this can be indefinitely.
Indefinitely, yeah.
And we have, at this point, we have 3 different spaces. Let me show you.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an about and community space for everything about the community. We have an English documentation space that shall hold all English documentation, and we have a German documentation space.
Got it.
And as a user, you can create new spaces. So if you speak a different language, like Indian or whatever, you can just create a new space and make this your country's ERPNext documentation. That's totally well.
And is there a structure you want to have, like a standard with even the English documentation? Is it like a how-tos, or is it like a manual, or it's anything goes, or is it like a, how do you say, a standard format? Everything is allowed. Okay.
This is totally free flow.
Free flow. Okay. Do what you want. Yeah.
At this point, I'm very happy that the last time we had the first documentation sprint was the 18th of December.
December, yeah.
So let's see, 18th of December. Oh, it's not in here, but until then, or since then, we had me changing things, Lars, Martin, Marco, Raj. So there have been a couple of changes, but it's still it's still few. So if we would look at the same page in our own wiki at Secret Media with 150 people, you'd have this amount of changes probably within 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I am like virtually clapping for everyone doing any change or adding any page. I don't care if you use the right structure, if you're using the right formatting, as long as you believe that you're doing good to the documentation, everything is fine. We'll be happy to help you put it in the right place, put it in the right formatting and those things. With this platform maturing, I'm pretty sure that we'll be more selective on what we want to have in terms of minimum and formatting and those things. But at this point, there's no restrictions. Everything is welcome.
Another question is, every change I make gets submitted, or is it going to go through a save and review and a draft review and approval?
No, there's no approval. Everything is live on
everything is live. Okay, because then we have to make sure that we don't leave half written. Like we sit down, if you start something, you have to complete it. Otherwise,
I have a lot of empty pages here already. So
okay, no problem. Okay, I understand.
This is still a very early stage. We can live with with some pages that are unfinished. You can start and abandon stuff at this point. We would hope you to work on those things start with a title and then leave that for 2 years. That's probably not how it's meant to be. But still, that already helps us with SEO and being found on Google more prominently and more often. So I don't recommend that type of behavior, but every activity is something that is good for our marketing.
Got it. Thanks, Martin. I'll watch you now.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's
I
get our
have
hands dirty.
opened
Yeah.
those pages already, and I'll just go through marketing to-dos and all the other pages and see what I can do. So this was a to-do list we had, and let's see whether I have them.
I can quickly add a little
Okay,
bit
so
of research.
basically,
Do you want me to answer that, or do we just document it there? Sorry.
yeah, I want you to answer that. Would you please go into the page while I'm doing that, and just do it while I'm doing it? It could teach other people that those pages can be changed concurrently, or maybe the others could do already. So if you're on wiki.erpnext.org, you have to search for marketing to-dos, and you go to the page, then you click edit, and then I should be able to see you up here as a user. If someone of you could do that.
What I'm doing is I went to wiki.erpnext.org, took me to a home page, and now I'm a bit lost. I click on English documentation, English docs. Is that what I should do? Is that where you are? No.
First of all, you have to log in.
I am logged in.
Okay. Then there's a sign for the search up here.
Yeah.
If you open that and then you type marketing to-dos.
Yeah. Sorry, new marketing to-do.
That's the page that I'm on.
Yeah, got it.
And then if you're on that page,
I see that.
you click on edit. There he goes.
Got it.
I can see you, and you can go to the page and, for example, add the links or whatever. Yeah. That's I'm totally with you. If you look below, I'm exactly.
Yeah. Okay, you're writing exactly the same. Okay, got it. Yeah. What I can do is, maybe I can write whatever is written on my blog, or whatever rudimentary stuff I've written. What I can do is I can copy it over in here as well, since it's a public page. Okay. Good. You adjusted that.
So, for example, now if you wanted to make a page about why should I use an AP system for my marketing department, let me update this page real quick. Then it will say that I'll update your changes as well. I'll say yes. And now I don't care about the structure. I'll just create a new page under marketing to-dos. Click on create, put in the title, and then I just write my text. Everything connected to our customer. So now I have a page. If I go back, I can edit this page, and I can highlight this and then create a link. So recently viewed this page. And now those 2 pages are linked. I can actually check this off. There's a page for this now. I can go to this page again and add some more content. So Deepak, you're already in the business. This seems to be easy for you.
Servus, hallo.
Hi, Wolfram. You're our #1 contributor now. I have a crown for you, a virtual documentation sprint crown.
Okay, is that something I can print out and cut out and actually put on my head?
No, it's physical. It's just like the warm and cozy feeling of this situation.
Okay, nice.
I'm very proud that the last time you said you would copy over some content out of your own wiki, and you actually did. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have shown the mobile app, which you can install and log in with your user data. And then we have started to work on different things on the wiki individually. Deepak is helping me creating a page, why should I use an ERP system for my marketing department?
Okay. Did I miss anything earlier on any introduction to today?
No, that was it. I was showing the mobile app. Did you see that there's a conference server mobile app?
No. I'm very conservative on the phone use.
Okay, conference server mobile app. You may want to install it. I had the experience that in 1 out of 30 cases, it does help me make a small change on the go.
Okay.
But I only rarely use it, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. And apart from that, maybe you can use some time to add more content to the wiki. That would be a top-notch contribution.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Quick question: what are your comments on my documentation so far?
I think it is exact. Let me stop my sharing. So I think what you've done so far is exactly what is helping us. There are some pages that are say not really fished, or it looks as if you at some point have a document in, let's say, 0.56 version, and you still copied it over, and that's exactly what I think we should be doing. It shouldn't be that we make a Word file and then until it's very polished, publish it. That's totally the wrong way. There's an open source community, so every letter counts. And so, yeah, that's, I was very happy. It was not a unpurposeful thing that I said, I have a virtual crown for you, because I think you exactly lived what I was hoping for from my last call.
Okay, thank you.
This is actually giving me a lot of energy to keep on doing this. So yeah, thanks. I see that John Clark is also has joined us. Hi, John. He's on mute, so maybe it's also, it's early for him, right? He's in America, I think. Hi, Mark.
John Clark's America.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep on. Oh, and there's more people. No. Okay. I just went into a mode where I was working on the page and people could watch me do that. I'll keep on doing that, and you can interrupt me and ask questions. And if ever John wakes up, please say hello.
Okay, is there a save button, or is that automatically as changes saved? Okay, sorry.
So actually changes automatically save. Even if your browser crashes or something, you can go into the edit mode again, and you'll see your changes. I think every 10 seconds or every 30 seconds, Conference will change the draft on the server.
Okay.
But if you want it to go live, you have to click this update button on the bottom here.
Okay.
And if you click on close, it won't save a draft.
Oh, okay.
So if I click update, everything that we've been writing here will be public now.
Yeah.
And we can go on and keep on doing that. And I think what I was chatting with Wolfgang about is pretty or connect to what you were asking, Deepak, about. We can have drafts and we can have unfinished documents here. That is we're very welcome at this point. Every contribution counts.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, no problem at all. I like it so far. It's easy.
Okay, guys, quick. I'll have to go off, and I'll just, if that's good, the way I worked on my documentation, you'll see some more of that coming, and I'll also see to get that translated, as that's probably the smallest part. And I'll see you all to the next.
In my opinion, there's no real need for a synchrony of German and English pages. So if you create a German page and you have no business need for an English version, no problem. There's no So if we set up the expectation that someone who creates a German page needs to create an English one as well, it's going to make less pages created. I don't want that.
My thought on that was, as I have the ability to do that, the English pages might sort of be more attractive to more people, which could then lead to more people helping to work on the documentation.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
Behind it.
There are 8 out of 80 million Germans, or let's say 100 million German-speaking people. There may be some German-speaking people who have the same capability and cost less.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
As this is an open source community without funds, it's difficult to recruit them because we don't have money. But I am constantly asking myself, should I be doing this? For example, this call here, because I could easily hire someone to do the call, but at the same time, it wouldn't be the same thing. And so I'm still doing that. However, I would hope that you keep on investing in this platform and in this community. And I think that it's smart if you do it alongside your own business needs. So if you have customers who ask you for English docs, then probably this is something that is smart, because as we've learned in the last video, you can easily export these spaces, put them in a PDF file with just a couple of clicks, and then give this to a customer and say, look, this is your English documentation. So at least this is like, if you had an RFP or the customer is forcing you to give them docs, you could do it. If there's no need for that at this point, I would refrain from doing it.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you all, and I'll see you all soon.
See you later, Wolfgang. Thanks
Bye.
for joining.
Did we overwrite each other? Did I do something?
I think we had a glitch in our editing.
Okay.
I was just creating a bigger headline,
No worries.
and then your cursor jumped and deleted a line. It just reverted it. I think everything should be good again, right?
No worries. No, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Your questions helped me a lot, Deepak. Thanks.
Thanks, Martin. For me, writing a document is, I have to ask a question first. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm writing.
Yeah, that's smart. Hmm. Okay. We've created a pretty long document already.
Yeah, power of collaboration, it feeds on each other.
So put that on top.
Hey, Martin, is there a width of the image that you want to have? I'm trying to adjust it, but I'm struggling. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, you can. I would recommend to use one of the predefined sizes for the
Okay.
images.
Okay.
But then if you update and go in view mode, people can they can enlarge the picture automatically. So they can click on the picture and see a full page view. If you put a custom size, depending on that size, that doesn't work. But it should. I think it's wrong there. So you can always enlarge the picture, even if it's very small. That was wrong.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Actually, this page is fine for me. It's like the next time we can see whether why ERP system marketing and sales, if that appears on Google. Let's say, let me put that in a marketing to-dos list. Check. Listed on Google search already. Hmm. Cool. Mario has added some content, and Raj as well. Okay, let's go to the list here. This is fine. Raphael, are you still online? If so, could
Yes,
you point me to the GitHub
which one?
issue? Was one that already had about $2, right? But
Sorry?
I don't remember. It was the real translation thing.
You mean the translation issue or what?
I'm working on a page that is called Issues with Bounties.
Yes, so
now I'm searching for a link that I can put in.
yes, if you go to the Frappe GitHub repository. Okay, now we have a chat in here. Yes, I will just send in the chat here.
John, by the way, told me that he had some audio challenges and will join the third.
Okay. Okay, it's in the chat.
Translation with context. Oh. And the total sum. $2.5K. Wow. Why didn't you do that?
Me?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah, I will do it if Frappe doesn't do it soon, but it's quite a complicated project because many different systems are involved, and I think Frappe knows them best, and also they are the ones who need to integrate it, and yeah, it's always difficult for external people to make such a big feature request, because then they need to test everything and think about if they want to have it in their system or if they want to do it another way. And yeah, so it would be easiest if they would do it. But yeah, we will see.
Hello. Yeah, Martin.
Raj joined. Hi, Raj.
Yeah,
Raj.
hi. Sorry, I just wanted to jump in. Which issue are you discussing about?
Yeah, it's issue 6989. So I just saw that there's a total of $2.5K for solving that. And then my question was, why isn't Raphael doing that? And then he said he was waiting for Frappe to do it, and if you don't do it, he'll do it, but the integration level was so deep that, can you see my screen? Raj? Maybe I broke up.
I can hear you, Martin. He's traveling actually. He's on holiday.
Okay.
Today is a festival in India, and he's in his hometown, so might be spotty connection.
Okay. I just needed it because I had this issue list, and so thanks, Raphael, for sharing that with me. Now I wanted to ERPNext Foundation. About.
Martin, is it okay if I edit your post as well?
Can you ask a question again?
Yeah, if I edit your post, is that okay if I make some small changes to it?
Yes, everything.
Don't mind. You can tell me that it's what I'm doing is wrong.
No,
I'm just making
please.
it a little bit readable. Yeah.
No, please.
Thanks. By the way, Basuraj is.
That's what this wiki is for. I always have the power to undo your change. It's just a button of a click, and no problem.
Okay.
This is called edit war. If you change something and I change it back, and you change it back again, and
I get the message.
We'll have to set up a call.
I get the message. Just trying something for readability on bigger screens. It's harder to read really from left to right. And sometimes it's a bit better. And also you can see the flaw in the sentence easily. That's why. But you can put it back later. Thanks. By the way, Basura just mentioned you asked you a question about the issue number. Not sure if you saw it.
Okay. But it's above this line. He can see that. I'll post it again.
Every time it disconnects, so the chat history is gone, like, could you hear me?
Yeah, I could have here half a sentence. Every time what?
So every time the Zoom disconnects and connects again, I get the chat history is gone, the chat history is gone.
The chat is gone. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the link is on the wiki. The wiki never forgets.
Yeah, of course.
So, and you're on a festival, Raj, right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Martin, I have a clarifying question in that should I use a separate CRM for my business? And I changed the first part of the second sentence about it has a holistic approach to data collection, but I cannot sort of understand the last part of it. May not be as easy to roll out to what?
Deepak, can I interrupt you?
Yeah, sure.
That's the magical thing that I see in a wiki software like Confluence is you can simply make your change. I will get an email about your change with the diff, like the things that you changed. And if I am unhappy with change, I can make a so-called inline comment. So can you look at my screen again? Do you see my screen? I just assume that this is a yes. So if you highlight something on a screen, there's going to be an inline comment option. And then I could, for example, add mention you, and then you'd get an email where we could start discussing about this.
Got it.
And then finally it resolved, and this inline comment would disappear, and then it's all gone. So there's no need for a synchronous discussion.
Sure. I just wanted to, the reason I asked you that question was, and I got the feature, thank you for that. I will definitely use it. Since you are here already, I just wanted to get what you wanted to say exactly, because I didn't understand it. But what I'll do is I'll undo my change and I'll leave it like that, and I'll ask you on the collaboration feature. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. How do I undo the change now?
So if you're still in editing mode, you could here hit Command Z or something, or
okay. Undo. Okay, got it.
Undo.
Okay.
Or you can, from every version that you have clicked update, you can revert from version to version.
Okay, that probably is. I didn't update it for a long time, so no worries.
Yeah, then maybe you just redo the change manually.
Yeah. Okay. And okay, edit page.
Thanks, Raj, for adding content to how can I earn money as a service provider. That's very helpful.
You're welcome. I'm also trying to fix one. So I don't know. There's some issue with the Telegram group link. I thought the issue with the wiki, but now I understand the issue is with the Telegram website itself.
Ah, okay. So we just need to wait.
Looks like, yeah.
Raj, how does the ecosystem punish bad behavior? At this point, there is no said rule to punish bad behavior, right?
Well, you, you get shouted at on the discussion forum. Okay, let me put it.
I want to answer this. That's totally fine. It's a valid answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I mean, I don't think we have ever banned a user from posting, in the group. So sometimes, yeah, someone posted something about another product. We did ask them not to do it, and when they repeated, we disallowed their login on the forum.
Yeah.
So if somebody does something outright,
yeah, okay, but that's already spam, right?
Yeah. If somebody spams, we do disable their logins. Yeah, but I think before that we need to have. I think at the beginning of this article we should define what is a bad behavior. Martin, could you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to put a sentence to all of the empty pages, and I've written, at this point, there's no set rule to punish bad behavior, but we're working on making sure that especially those who benefit from ERPNext commercially, like service providers, also contribute a lot. Free riding is fine for ERPNext users.
Yeah, I said one more thing, so let me just say it again. I think in the beginning, before you say at this point there is no set rule, I think before that sentence, maybe we should just have a bullet points about what is bad behavior,
Yeah, feel free to edit.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we're 5 minutes left in the session. And ask those who are still in the call if you could unmute yourself and tell me a little bit about your experience. I have two feelings about this. My first feeling is this is a waste of time because we could all be doing that anytime in the week without this call. On the other hand, my feeling is this is very valuable because it brings people together who actually work on something to improve the world, an open source project and its documentation. So getting your feeling about this would help me understand whether this should be continued, changed. I had to keep it down to 10 minutes so that people can learn what Confluence is and if their behavior is wanted and if this is helpful, and then just do something, but maybe it will not ignite the activity. Maybe it needs these long stretches of working on the content. Yeah, getting your thoughts would be very helpful. Anyone wanting to start?
I can quickly say, since this is my first time, unless somebody else wants to say.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Sarah. Sorry, it was you. So, for me, this is my first contribution sprint, and I'm super proud to say that I am able to contribute now. I was doing by myself. I'm quite isolated because, I don't have too many colleagues to do all these kind of things. I'm not in a team. So this is, to me, a huge step forward. And I'm opening to do more often, of course. And when there is a set schedule for me, it is also better because then I dedicate my time and I've cleared my calendar to be doing just that. So it's, for me, super, it just gives me my time, my commitment to one thing, and that is to documentation at this point. So that's good for me and hopefully helpful.
Cool.
I think this is very useful. While it's true that we could do it at any time during the week, but I just think this is very useful because one thing is like we are of course seeing people and seeing others contributing something sometimes helps, and having a meeting scheduled kind of helps me to prioritize this contribution. So this is definitely helpful.
This is your option if your audio is fixed, or Rafael or anyone who wants.
Yes, yeah. I also find it really helpful to have this meeting because, yeah, otherwise you just never do it. If you don't allocate like a fixed time to it, then you don't get the idea to just write documentation now instead of working. Or yeah, so yeah, really good idea to set some time aside and work on this together. And yeah, thanks for organizing this.
Sure. Una or John, do you want to have a last comment?
Yeah, I'm not yet far enough to contribute. But
or you're very not.
Wait. Now, do you hear me? Yeah, I'm not yet far enough to contribute in the parts where I would find documentation very important, which is more the technical part, but still I think, so today I did not contribute anything, but kind of was split up, like paying a bit attention here and working on other stuff related to ERPNext, but I think it's a good thing, just like, yeah, to get in contact with people and not do everything on your own.
Cool. Okay. So I do get that this is helpful for you. And if it's only for the blocker in your calendar, it is very similar for me. I would probably not have contributed as much to these pages if they were in this meeting here. So let's continue and see how the platform can grow. Thanks everyone for joining, and bye-bye.
Thanks, Martin, for organizing. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Martin.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.